Today on the Ask the Trainer, I've got a question from Jamie out of Tigard, Oregon. And they have a question about runoff. So Jamie writes, I understand that runoff happens when water is applied faster than the soil can absorb it. Is there any programming I can use to have less runoff on my site? Actually, there is. So first thing, let's talk about the definition of runoff. Jamie, you're absolutely right that runoff is defined as water being applied faster than the soil can absorb it, faster than it can soak it up. And there's several different reasons. So one of the first reasons, let's talk about how fast it's applied. So a fast application rate, so high rate heads, too many heads, a lot of heads, close spacing on drip, all of those create high precipitation rate. So precip rate is the application rate. So that's one of the first things. The other side of that coin is a slow absorption. So there might be soil that just doesn't take water in very well. Heavy soil like clay is going to take it in poorly. Compacted soil or soil that's on a slope, anything that's pitched, it's going to have a hard time absorbing it. That all goes to the infiltration rate, the rate at which it can absorb that. So we're going to take a look at Base Manager, and specifically we want to look under the Schedules tab. That's where we're going to find the programming that's going to help us. So under the Schedules tab, I'm going to open up a program that I already have. So here in Program 1, we can see most of my zones are running for 40 to 45 minutes. And let's go into the edit mode so we can make some changes here. Probably the most effective thing to use is our Intelligent Cycle and Soak feature. So here I've got a 45-minute runtime that I want to have. I need to apply 45 minutes of watering, but I find that I get runoff after 15 minutes. How do I know that I got it after 15 minutes? I've just observed. I've just gone out there with my cup of coffee, my cold drink, and turn it on and just start watching my rotors apply water. After 15 minutes, I see I have runoff. That's as long as I can apply water. However, my turf still needs 45 minutes of water. Okay, well, the cycle time is going to be 15 minutes. That's as long as it can water. Now, the cycle time must be shorter than the run time in order for this to work effectively. So I've got a 15-minute cycle time. Soak time is how long is it going to wait in between cycles. So I'm going to try 60 minutes. So what's going to happen for Zone 1 is it wants to run for 45 minutes, but I've told it can only run 15 minutes in one session. So it's going to run for 15 minutes, and then it's going to soak for 60, and then come back and catch that next 15 minutes, and then soak for 60, come back and run another 15, and that'll do that, in this case, 3 times. I'm not telling it how many times it's going to do it, but it will determine that on its own based on the cycle time. Okay, so let's do the same thing for Zone 2. I'm going to put in a 15-minute cycle time and a 60-minute soak. I'll do these for a few of these. Okay, so now I've got 3 zones, 1, 2, and 3 that will want to run for 45 minutes, but I've set the cycle time for 15 minutes and the soak time for 60 minutes. Here's where our Intelligent Cycle and Soak is going to be is different than the traditional method. Now let's talk about the traditional method that we've done this. We do a cycle soak on other controllers, and this is the way I did it, cutting my teeth in the industry, is you set multiple start times. So you'd have a 5 a.m., a 5:30, a 6, and a 6:30 start time, right? And then you'd run them for 15 minutes, and each time they would run and add up to that one. You'd have to break it up manually. But on that traditional method, or that old school method, during that soak time, nothing happens. So what happens then is your watering window gets larger and larger. That's not going to happen with the Intelligent Cycle and Soak. Zone 1, it's going to run for its first 15 minutes and go to a 60-minute soak. During that 60-minute soak, the controller knows I have enough time to run Zone 2. So it's going to run Zone 2 for its 15 minutes and then put Zone 2 into a soak. Then it'll run to Zone 3, give it its soak, give Zone 3 its cycle time, and then go in soak mode, and likewise all the way down. Now, I have to put cycle and soak for all the zones in here, but what it will do is it will make one run until the soak time for Zone 1 has come to pass. And then as soon as it has an opportunity, it'll come back and run another 15 minutes. With Intelligent Cycle and Soak, you don't have to have a trade-off between runoff and blowing up your water window. Have a question for me? Click the link in the description and go to hydropoint.com/askthetrainer to submit your question.